Hi all, this is Mohit Rathi here and welcome back to module number 2 of your email marketing course. So this module is also about logic and not about technique. Okay, now what is the logic? What are we going to learn in this module is you need to first understand that what are the different types of emails that you can send it across and what are the different type of audiences. So let's say if you have a database of 10,000 people, you need to segregate this database into potential leads, not so potential leads, etc., etc. So these are the two things that we are going to learn under this module. So important that it is what? It is logic. Before even getting into the techniques, understand the logic. Now, when we are talking about the type of emails, the first type of email, so just understand there are two types of emails, guys. The parent category is two type of emails. The one is called as standalone email. The second one is called as series email. What is a standalone email? It is nothing but a single email which is sent across. And what is a series of email? It is nothing but email number 1, email number 2, email number 3, email number 4, email number 5. So it is a series of emails that is sent across. Okay. Now talking about a standalone email, that is the first type of email, transactional email. So transactional emails is basically if somebody has purchased something on your website, immediately they are going to get a notification. Hi Mohit, thank you for purchasing this. We will let you know once we have shipped the product, etc. So that type of email is called as transactional email, and it is a very simple email. It is an automated email. If in case on your WordPress you're using WooCommerce, it is going to go across what do you say instantly. So there is no much of intervention required from your end in case of a transactional email. The second type of email are called as lead nurturing emails. So what is a lead nurturing email? It is nothing but you're going to collect the database of people who are interested in your product, and then you start sending them an email. However, when I'm talking about database of people who are interested in your product, it should always be a inbound lead, because whenever the lead is a inbound lead, it becomes much more easier to sell it to them. For example, let's say Mr. A comes to your website and Mr. A downloads your company's brochure. Okay, he's downloading what? He's downloading the brochure of your company, or he's downloading your product brochure, catalog brochure, or whatever it is. Now, once Mr. A has downloaded it, you're going to send him across a series of emails. So series of emails is nothing but email number 1 is going to be the brochure, right? Email number 1 is going to be the brochure that he requested for, or the PDF file, or the company profile. Okay, let's say the first is going to be company profile along with your brochure being attached. Okay, after 24 hours, or let's say after 48 hours, you are going to send Mr. A another email. Now in this email, you're not going to talk about your company. Otherwise, you are not going to talk about your company. What you can talk about is talk about your clients. So send the second email to Mr. A saying that, hi Mr. A, and show him some products that these are the products, these are the projects that you have recently delivered to your clients. So email number 2, you're going to talk about your clients. Email number 3, so clients and reviews. Basically, you're going to talk about your clients and reviews. Email number 3 that you're going to send across, you're going to talk about, let's say, after clients and reviews is done, you're going to talk about the next thing that you can talk about is you can talk about the different products that you have, product range, and the pricing, etc., etc. Now, guys, for every business, this is going to change. But for most of the business, it is going to start with a lead magnet. A lead magnet can also be an ebook copy. Okay. Now, let me just quickly go ahead and show you guys for my website that how do I plan it. Let me just log in into one of my email marketing tools, which is sendfox.com. So if I log in into sendfox.com, and this emails, you are not going to send it across, what do you say, manually. All of this is automated. Now, if you see over here, this is the automation that I have created. And this is for people, my subscribers, somebody who has taken up my course between 10th of June to 25th of June. So the list started with 7,400 people. So 7,400 people enrolled in my course from 10th of June to 25th of June. Now, once they have enrolled, the first email that they have got is what? Welcome to Learn with Mohit Rathi, learn WordPress in 20 hours. So I'm telling them that, yeah, welcome to my course, and this course is going to help you, etc., etc. If you want to see the email, I'll just click on edit email. So this is the email that has went across. Hi, contact the first name of the person. I'm glad to onboard you in this journey of learning, etc., etc. And then I've told them click here to resume your course. So this is the first email that has sent across. Now the first email, you will also be able to see how many people opened it. 11% people. So that is somewhere close to 740 people have opened it, which is still quite a good number, guys. Okay, 740 people is a very good number. And then email number 2, I'm helping people that which hosting should you purchase. I'm telling them that if you want to go with a free hosting plan, you can always go with a free hosting, free domain, etc. So some of them, 5 people, no, not 5 people, I think so 75 people unsubscribed from the list because they didn't like the email, they didn't want to be in the list. So 7,325 emails sent across. The open rate was 10% and the click rate was this much. Then email number 3, I'm again not selling anything, guys. So understand, the first 5 emails, I'm not going to sell anything. Always when you're doing lead nurturing, the first 5 emails, don't send anything. So after a delay of 24 hours, this email will go. After a delay of 48 hours, I'm giving them a free ebook, 101 digital marketing tools. And then after 24 hours, I'm telling them to connect with me on different platforms. So this email is yet to be gone. So you see in queue, 7,300 emails are on queue. Here I'm talking about how can you achieve financial freedom from WordPress codes. Again, I'm giving them an ebook for free of cost, 101 digital marketing interview questions, and then 9 free digital marketing certifications which they can take up. Then I'm telling them an overview of SEO and Google Ads. So you see, I'm going to nurture the leads in 8 different emails. Now, once I have nurtured the leads, then these people are going to be invited to my webinars on a sales pitch webinar. That is nothing but whatever I do on Earn with Mohit Rathi, etc., etc. So I'm not going to invite you guys on Earn with Mohit Rathi unless and until you have gone through all of these steps. This is starting from June. So this is called as what? Lead nurturing. Okay, this is called as what? Lead nurturing. Now let me come back to this. So that is an example of lead nurturing emails, guys. Now, how do you set all of that automation process? Don't worry, that is something that I'm going to cover in my upcoming modules. So don't worry about that. The third type of email is direct promotional emails. So I usually like this kind of emails. So it is basically no drama emails. You're directly telling the person that, boss, this is the offer available and you can buy this particular product at this particular price. And the offer is limited only for this much period of time. Now, usually it is sent across to your existing customer. People already know your brand. People already know that what are the products that you sell, and you tell them that you know that what there is a month-end offer running, and this is the offer price. You can go ahead and claim the price. Okay. Usually, even I send across direct promotional emails, but since I don't sell too many products, as you guys already know, so direct promotional emails are a little less on my end. But these are called as standalone emails. A single email sending it across, and usually it is sent to existing customers. But you have a bulk database, you want to send it to everybody, you can do that also, guys. And then the next type of email is called as awareness or branding emails. You can call this one as lead nurturing only, but this lead nurturing is at a brand level. Okay, now what is at a brand level? You see, when we are talking about bigger brands, they are not looking for immediate sales. They are looking for how can they impact in the long run. Okay, even if you see my email, I am not doing lead nurturing. Okay, it was lead nurturing, but somewhere it was more what? It was more of the branding end. Okay, what is branding? And I'm not selling anything in any of my emails. What I'm doing is I'm trying to help people. So that is nothing but a branding email. Awareness email is a new company that is launched, and they want to be known in the market first. So they want to create an awareness. Otherwise, if it is an existing company, but they have launched a new campaign and they want to share the details about this new campaign to everybody in their subscriber list, that is the reason why they run awareness campaign. Okay, you guys can go and search for some beautiful email marketing awareness campaign that is run in the industry. Try to just Google it, you'll find it them. So the objective is not creating sales, but creating awareness, getting to connect with people, etc., etc. So that is basically for newly launched products or for personal brands, thing, etc. These are the kind of emails. Okay, guys. So understand, whenever you are running email marketing campaigns, standalone email is nothing but a single email that goes across. And then series, what is series? Series is nothing but a set of emails that is going to go across email 1, email 2, and that is going to be automated. Okay, cool. Now, since you have understood the type of emails, you need to also understand the type of audiences. Okay, now what is type of audiences? It is nothing but, let's say you have a 10,000, as I told you previously, you have a list of 10,000 customers. Now to this 10,000 customers, you want to send across emails, but first you'll have to segregate them. So usually now this audience list is completely up to you guys. For example, the audience list that I create is I divide my audience into 15 days, 15 days, 15 days bracket. That is, anybody who has enrolled my course from 1st of June to 15th of June will go under one bracket. 15th of June to 30th of June will go another bracket. So that is how usually I do it. So it is completely on your understanding, guys. How do you create the audience list? But this is the most common method. And I have also told that what are the type of emails that you have to send it across to them. For example, number one list is your existing customer. These are the people who have been buying from you for a very long time, or for some time, 5 to 6 orders are completed. Now, what are the kind of emails that you can send them? You can send them promotional emails. You can send them what are the new events. You can send them product launch if there is new product launching. You can ask them for reviews. You can ask them for feedback, etc., etc. So for your existing customers, you can send across all of these emails. And then let's say if it is your new customer, okay? Now, new customer is somebody who has purchased a product from you very recently. So the type of email, or you can also call it as the tone of the email. In the tone of the email, you need to first start creating trust. Okay, this guy, he has purchased your product once, but there are chances that your product can be sold more than once to this guy. Okay, you want to gain that loyalty of him. So if you want to gain the loyalty, you will have to gain the trust of this person. Now, how do you gain the trust of the person? Basically send across reviews related to your clients. That is, what are the different reviews given by your clients, and talk about different brands that you are associated with. If your company is published in any news article has talking about your company, just try to share all of that with this customers, new set of customers. Give them some goodies, share the values of your company. So to new customers, this is the tone of emails. To prospective customers, okay, these are the people who have downloaded your lead magnet. So now you can give them some offers, you can give them some discount, you can give them some consultation, free 30 minutes consultation before you go ahead and buy my coach, something like that. So usually you see all the free demos, free webinars, all of that happens for whom? All of them happens for prospective customers. Okay. And then the fourth type of audience list is the people who have never interacted with you. Basically, you have purchased the database from somewhere, and these are the people who have never interacted with your business. So what are you going to do to them is basically, even I don't know. That is the reason why you see question mark, question mark, question mark. Okay. Now, that is something that I'll cover in my next module also, module number 4, that is from where can you buy the database? Is it good? Is it bad? Etc. etc. But yes, this is a very tricky audience. It might work, it might not work. So usually I tell people that if you have budget, go for it. Okay. If you have a budget to send across emails to all the email IDs that you have, you can buy the database, you can send it across to everybody, bombard with emails, go for it. But never interacted with you, usually we send them across promotional emails related to their industry. So let's say if I grab the database of students, so I'm going to send an email related to some promotional offers which students might relate to. Okay. But yeah, basically these are the different audience lists. And understand one more thing, audience list is for my internal reference. I can call it as 1st June to 15th June subscribers. I can call it as existing customers, new customers, prospective customers. Under a audience, how do you create sub audience is something that I'll teach you in automation. Okay, in automation, I'll teach you. For example, let's say you have 10,000 existing customers. Now, out of this 10,000 existing customers, there is a set of 500 customers who open every email that you send them. Okay, understand? Out of this 10,000 customers, there are 500 customers who open every email that you send them. So basically this 500 is very hot audience. You can call them as very loyal audience. So that is called as in a list, how to create a sub list. And that sub list is usually created in prospective customers, guys. So let's say you have a database of 1,000 prospective customers. Okay, now you know that not all the 1,000 will buy the product, but out of this 1,000 people, let's say 500 people or 100 people have been opening all the emails that you send to them. So that means they are very much interested. A little more push from you might put them into your basket. So that time, what are you going to do is you're going to create a sub list. How do you create that sub list? I'll cover it in automation, so don't worry about that. And then to those 100 people, you are going to send across a different kind of email. For the rest 900 people, you are going to send across a different kind of email. So this 100 people, very prospective. 24 hours, the offer is gone. 48 hours, and we are closing the doors. Something like that. Okay. So this is the type of audience list and the sub list that you can create. So module number 2, that's it from my end. I'll see you guys in the next module. Thank you.